check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Talking with TalksALot, the show where I and a guest talk about whatever I want. Today, I have Will at Heroic Studios. What's up, bro?
What up, man? You're the first one who get my name right. Like, people don't know that it's like 4 words in one, but when they see the at, they're like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was like, Will at Heroic. What?
So many people get it wrong, and I'm like, you know what? It's like that for a reason. So I'm pretty sure at some point people will figure it out.
Well, I'm glad I got it right finally. So, yeah.
Take note, everybody. That's how you pronounce it.
Indeed. So, of course, you go ahead and tell us what you do. You know.
Hey guys, I'm Will at Heroic Studios, and I do a lot. Like, I have a YouTube channel. I run a podcast with my buddy Jay Straight, a weekly podcast called the Topic Thunder Podcast. My YouTube channel has gone through several changes, from movie reviews to politics to now is focusing on 3D printing. So I kind of do it all. I do have a day job. I work as a mechanical engineer, but on my nights and weekends, I'm drawing comic books, and I'm helping the indie comics community kind of grow and flourish a little bit more when I'm not arguing on Twitter, which is...
Yeah, he makes his own manga.
Yeah, I do. So if you guys want to check that out, that's over at my website, heroicstudiosmedia.com. And that's where you can find all my stuff. So glad to be here. I'm excited for this.
Me too. I've been looking forward to this one. So... the topic tonight is 90s entertainment, and the first thing I thought we would go over would be this list of 30 90s cartoons that pretty much everyone has forgotten about.
I love it.
Literally, that's the title.
Yeah, a lot of people have forgot about
these. Can't remember the name of. Then, of course, there's Gargoyles right here.
No one has forgotten Gargoyles, man.
No,
I don't see how anybody...
Dude, that figure that you got, that 8.5 inch tall by like 24 inch wingspan Goliath that you got, that thing was sick.
He's up on the shelf. I don't know if you can see it, but if you see right there on the other side of the TV, he's right there.
What? Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
nice.
The thing is huge. I couldn't find any place to put him except right there. But that wingspan,
heck yeah. He's a biggin'.
Yeah, he's bad. He's pretty big. I love it. I love these little 90s retro memorabilia that you can go and grab.
Heck yeah. It's the new 80s, ladies and gentlemen, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So, did you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog when you were...
I did, and it gave me nightmares. That show was so terrifying. Oh my God.
This show, like, I went back and rewatched this recently. And I didn't realize when I was younger how twisted this fucking show actually is.
Do you remember the episode with the French duck?
Yeah. Le quack.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, this show gave me nightmares for sure.
Like when I remember the one that kind of got under my skin was the one with the Pharaoh's stone.
Yep.
Return the stone. Return the stone.
Yo, I don't know who came up with this show, because it was supposed to be like a Hanna-Barbera-esque kind of show, but
it was like, wow.
It was out there, like, and the idea that these people live in the middle of nowhere, yet they get all these weird, ongoing things.
Stuff happens out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God, the chicken from outer space! I remember that one. That was crazy.
Yeah.
There
were like 2 or 3 where he came back.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, fuck that. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
What happened to the show? Did it get canceled, or was it just part of the?
I think it ran a few seasons and then it just stopped because popularity dipped on it.
Yeah, that was during the Cartoon Network Renaissance, where they just changed everything.
Yep, where they just stopped being good.
Do you remember Cartoon Fridays?
I do.
Where they would just
Yes.
show a marathon of one of their cartoons all night.
Yep.
That was fun. The
It
Wild
was great.
Thornberries.
Did you ever watch this one? I remember this one, but I don't think I've ever actually watched this show.
I did. I did watch this show. It wasn't my go-to show because normally it would be on before Rocket Power. So I would watch the show and then I would watch Rocket Power. But if it was on, I wouldn't if Rocket Power wasn't coming on afterwards, I wouldn't watch the show. But it was actually kind of fun how this little girl could talk to animals and like we made fun of her dad. Like we had when I was a kid, it was this girl who lived in my neighborhood who had these big ass teeth. And so every time we saw her, we would act like Nigel, like that was smashing.
Yeah. Smashing.
That was smashing. Like, Nigel had big teeth. It was so funny. Like we were assholes when me and my buddy were kids. And if he's watching, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we were little assholes too.
Yeah, Wild Thornberries was fun.
I am Weasel. This is like a cow chicken Cartoon Network.
Was it Cow Chicken or Dexter Laboratory? Like I remember this was a short at one point, and then it became a show.
Came out, yeah.
I didn't really watch this one.
All I remember about this show was how ridiculous that baboon was with his ass. Like,
yeah,
he would like slap it on stuff and like very Ren and Stimpy, you know.
Yo, it was Cartoon Network had was notorious for ass cheeks because remember in what show was that with the devil and it had his ass cheeks and he would bounce around on his ass cheeks everywhere. I forgot. Was it I Am Weasel?
I think so. It was either I Am Weasel or it was Cow and Chicken.
I think it was probably Cow and Chicken.
Yeah, because I remember him like tucking his knees up to his chest and then like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Like you don't realize like how grotesque that is because we're kids and we're watching it and it's the funniest shit you'll ever see. But if like you look at cartoons today, they're not as like what's the word I'm looking for? They're not on this level of like stupidity.
Right.
Right. But our stupidity was like comedy. It was like Family Guy stupid, but it was still watchable. Now like the shows today are kind of like okay, but I guess we just missed the jokes, I suppose. I don't know.
Yep. Sorry, I got a bot.
God, those damn bots.
I get it. These same people every time. They're assholes.
It happens. They come and go. Maybe they heard I was online. People have been arguing with me all day. I just haven't been on Twitter, so I don't know. Maybe they caught wind of what was going on and jumped on.
Nah, this is one of those porn bots that's like, hey, you want some free jerk off? It's like, what?
Oh, I see it. Wow.
Yeah. I tried deleting it, but it's taking its sweet time.
Love face XYZ boy. Just go website and jerk off. It's like a Chinese guy. Just go website and jerk off. There's no pronunciation here.
Nope.
Oh man, that's awful.
China. Anyway,
Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab was a classic from the 90s, in my opinion.
I remember one episode where his dad was trying to go fishing before the sun came up. And every time the sun came up, he would just go back to sleep because the day was wasted.
I always liked the way he would say, like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Don't forget, you are stupid. You're stupid.
What accent was that? What was Dexter?
I have
German?
no idea. It seemed German, but, you know.
I remember they gave him a makeover where they made him look more, like, older, I guess. I don't know. There was that one movie where he was, like, 3 different Dexters through time. He was, like, a buff Dexter. It was, like, a really short old Dexter, and then it was this Dexter. And they had to, like, save the multiverse or something like that. I think that was, like, the finale of the show.
I
want to say
I never watched the end of it. Real quick, shout out to Omega Star Productions. Welcome, brother.
Hey, man.
Elagabalus, welcome. And stupid thing broke on me. I can't see the rest of them. That's dumb.
Technology.
All right. I've never seen this one. Pirates
No.
of the Dark Water.
I've never seen it either. It looks familiar, but it was probably one of those weekday morning cartoons that you couldn't catch because you had to get ready for school.
Right. Yeah.
That's what
One
it
of
looks
those ones
like.
that's like, this is what we will use to corrupt homeschoolers. Yes.
Dude, weekday morning cartoons were the best. Whenever you had that day off of school, you knew you were about to get some pretty sick-ass cartoons.
Right. Yeah. SWAT Cats.
I
the
remember
Radical
SWAT Cats.
Squadron. I never watched this one. I knew it was a
What?
Hanna-Barbera, but I never had a chance to watch this one.
Dude, just the opening song is so badass. You have to see what the show's about.
All right, I'm going to have to check it out then.
Oh,
For
dude, they
sure.
were actually talking about... Okay, so I don't know if you heard of a channel called Toy Galaxy, but they do a lot of in-depth history on like old 90s and 80s retro cartoons. So SWAT Cats was one of them. And apparently this was made by two people who raised money on their own to create. So it only went through about a couple seasons. And then it got canceled because they ran out of money. So rumor has it that they're trying to do a crowdfund to get the funds back to launch a third season.
Oh,
Like
hell yeah.
25
I like it
odd
when they
years
do
later.
that.
Oh, yeah. And it's from the creators, too. So this show is actually pretty dope. And when you look at the synopsis and go back and watch, it's actually pretty dope. I'll send you that video. It's really good.
Hell yeah, please do.
BeetleJuice.
the cartoon.
I watched this. I watched this before I watched the movie, regrettably.
Really?
I did. I didn't know BeetleJuice was a movie until I watched the cartoon. It must have been around the time of one of those 30 Nights of Halloween on
Oh, yeah.
back then it was called ABC Family, and they had
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. And yeah, it was weird because I thought he was in the movie. They depicted him as like a malevolent, like whatever ghoul. In this, he's like a sidekick to this little chick. So I don't really know why they did this to the cartoon. But
See, and I had absolutely no idea that this was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, well, I didn't catch it Saturday mornings. I caught it like late night Cartoon Network.
Fox weekday afternoons. Yeah.
Like most of these shows were on Fox, but that was before Fox Kids were cool. That was before the
Right.
Power Rangers and the Animaniacs and Digimon and all that stuff came out.
Dude.
So they had their line of shows.
Digimon was so good. It's such an underrated show. Like,
It is.
Digimon was so good. I liked the crazy transformations they would do in that too. You're all like, yeah, I'm starting out as a little, like the
little
T-Rex
ball.
character was the only one that like evolved on a logical path, more
Right.
or less. And then it like the other ones were all like, I start out as like a yo-yo and now I'm a tank. What? And its final form is a refrigerator for some reason or some crap, It's like,
Yeah.
what?
But the storytelling was so good, so you really didn't really have to.
Right?
Did you watch the 2020 reboot of Digimon? They did
I
it
did
all
not.
with it was actually a lot of people were mixed up about it. They don't really know what to think of it, but it's good. I haven't finished it, but from what I've watched, it's actually pretty good.
All right.
I've never watched reboot.
I might give it a chance, but I'm kind of wrapped up in watching old Adult Swim stuff right now.
You watching Metalocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched reboot.
I've never heard of this, and I didn't know David the Gnome.
No. What is this? Let me read. It started as a home country in Spain of 1985. For many audience, David the Gnome is primarily remembered on the TV in the 1990s. I've never heard of this show.
Right. David
does
the
look
Gnome was
foreign,
based on stories of books about the lives of gnomes designed for children. It was a surprise worldwide hit, including the United States, UK, and Australia. Okay, then. Well,
Yeah.
It was a hit that I missed. So
Yeah, obviously. I've never heard of David the Gnome. Sorry, David.
my bad.
Road Rovers.
What?
This actually looks familiar, but
Look
it's
at the
probably
turtle
something
meme.
I never watched.
Yeah, likely due to the cultural phenomenon that was Turtle Mania. Dude, the Turtles did a lot for cartoons. Like, they really did. They did
You
some good
remember-
things and some bad things. Like
You
that one with
remember,
the sharks.
Yeah, Street Sharks, where they go like swimming in the asphalt somehow.
Yeah.
What? Who came up with this? Or the one with the dinosaurs, extreme dinosaurs.
Oh.
Yeah, turtles. Yeah, don't. Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. Those were some pretty interesting shows.
Hold on. It says right here, the Doberman does sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, it should.
I gotta find footage of that. I would love to watch that. That's hilarious.
Right? Road Rovers. I feel like I'd actually seen this show at least once before.
I feel like the dog in the back with the long hair over his eyes is probably the one that's on drugs, but they don't come out and say that he's on drugs.
No.
He's like the hippie. He's like the Shaggy of the group.
These were the Dare days, man.
We couldn't say they were on drugs.
That was
Captain Bucky O'Hare. I had a dream about watching this dude last night. This dude was badass. Captain Bucky O'Hare. Righteous Indignation. Dude, I love this show. This was another one that was actually very popular back in the 90s, but they couldn't sell toys. So they ended up...
how could they not sell toys to a show like that?
The toys must have sucked or something. I don't know.
Right.
But Captain Bucky O'Hare was the shit, dude. I only watched like a few episodes, but I love what I watched. Man. Was that Jenny, Deadeye, Blinky, Willie? I forgot what the big dude in the back is named.
The Overman thing?
Yeah. So that's Willie is the blonde guy. Blinky is the little one-eye robot. Deadeye is the duck. And then Jenny is the white rabbit.
Whatever the hell that is. Okay.
Yeah. Alien. See, I like psychic alien rabbit.
And we wonder why we have furries and all of this weird crap going on. Like, they started it a long time ago.
I honestly think that's where that came from. Furries. Mutant
League.
Never heard of it.
What? One of the more obscure titles on the list. People know the Sega Genesis. Oh, it was a Sega Genesis game with the Mutant League Football and Mutant League Hockey. They turned it into a show in 1994 to 96. Bones Justice's quest to learn the truth of his father. Ooh. By joining a professional
mutant football team called the Midway Monsters.
Midway Monsters.
It must have been one hell of a game if they came out with a show for it. Oh my god!
Right. Where's my NBA Heat show?
Right.
Boom! Shakalaka.
The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest. Now this is the original Johnny Quest was fantastic.
Right.
I had no idea they rebooted it until I started watching reruns on Cartoon Network, like years later, like maybe in 2010, when I decided to stop leaving the house and just start watching TV all the time. And but I always thought the original one was way better than this. Voice acting, content-wise, I felt like they tried to be too much Scooby-Doo.
Well, I like this one. I used to wake up and it would be on TV Saturday mornings at like 6:30 before the sun.
Yeah.
And I think this one was a lot more popular because they had Quest World and it was like a 3D kind of aspect of the show. And that was back then where like watching something in 3D like Beast Wars or like
years before the Matrix existed.
Right.
Beast Wars was a fantastic show according to my nostalgia, but I tried watching it and I felt like I was going to have an epileptic seizure.
Yeah, the CG back then was not good. Same with this one here.
Yeah.
CG is not great. I remember they did a Family Guy gaff where Haji tried to get on an airplane and Stewie was like, yeah, we're going to have to do a random search for you.
That sounds about right.
Shim salabim. Kablam.
Kablam. Oh my God. I remember that show.
I gotta admit, I never watched it. I heard of it, but I never tuned in and watched it.
Okay. Did you ever watch Robot Chicken?
I did.
This was Robot Chicken before Robot Chicken was Robot Chicken. This is where like Prometheus and Bob came from. And like it was just a ridiculous show. Like they went to certain extremes that other shows wouldn't during this time period, but they did it in a way that was just so retardedly funny that it worked.
Wasn't this on Nickelodeon, right?
I think it was.
I remember it
Yep,
being on
Nickelodeon, taken off Nickelodeon in 2001. So
yeah, 2000 started when they started taking off a lot of old school good shows.
wow. With part of its 4th season and 2 seasons left unaired.
Why won't they air them? Come on. What are you
Right.
doing?
For
If you
real,
want to
give me
get that Paramount Plus subscription going, people will jump on that for that.
right.
Ronin
Ronin
Warrior.
Warriors. I remember this one.
I remember it too, but I wasn't
not
like
in-
back in the day. I wasn't into anime like this.
Right? Yeah.
I was into like my first anime was probably Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, it was Pokemon. I wasn't a fan of the animation style because it was so different from what we were getting.
Savage Dragon, of course, from the comic books.
Can't say that I've watched it. Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I mean, it
I
looks
recognize
funny.
the character from the books, but
Street Shark, there it is.
There, yeah. The toys for this show were so badass. Like they had the Cars versions, and then they had the actual like action figure versions of the characters.
Right.
And yeah.
Remember, didn't they add like a 5th member? Wasn't it like a killer whale or some shit like that?
Yeah.
The black dude.
The orca, yeah. I remember that.
It was an orca.
Slamoo.
Yeah, there it is. Slamoo.
Yeah. Lipster, jab, streaks, and Slamoo. Half man, half shark. Wow. The Gene Slammer. The machine called the Gene Slammer.
And it turned him into humanoid sharks. And then they were fighting Dr. Piranha, whatever. He turned into
Paradigm that turned into the piranha. Yeah. I remember that.
But this show came on at like random times. It was on like
really
Sundays, at like mid-morning Sundays.
Yep.
Such a weird show.
And of course, this is very fitting. Louis Anderson
Yeah.
having just passed Life with Louis.
Yeah. God rest his soul. I watched the show too. It was actually pretty funny.
This was great. His voice and everything was perfect for a child. Like every time, like he was a great comedian. And of course, Gargoyles.
You know, a lot of people today don't remember Gargoyles. I'm like, how? I'm watching it now, and they're starting to get into the Midsummer Night Dream with Puck and Oberon and all these guys, and the way that it's crafted with these characters here, like from medieval Scotland to like 1990s New York, and the dude from Star Trek is David Xanatos. Like, this is one of those shows that I hate to say it, don't reboot, please, because I think they're trying to do like a movie now, and I'm like, no, just leave it alone. Leave this classic show alone because it's such a good show in terms of storytelling. The animation was great, and it had the level of just a little bit of darkness into it, but it was still appropriate for children.
See, and what's funny is like I can picture each one of these characters doing a very specific action. Like the red guy right here, I can picture him like whipping things with his tail and like flipping it and shit like that. Right. The deep swoop from Goliath, the jaw bites from the dog like Gargoyle. Mm-hmm. I need to rewatch this show.
Like, I think Keith David is the voice of Goliath, and that's the reason why I love Keith David, because that was the first thing I saw him in because of his voice. Hey, Hola. It's Loli. Hi, Loli. Hola. I just watched the episode where Demona summoned Puck, and he like messed with her wish and turned her into a human during the day because she was like, I want to walk amongst the humans during the day instead of getting turned to stone. And he turned her into a human instead, and she got really upset.
Yeah.
There's Trina.
Hey, Lasso. What's up?
Yeah, no, I love this show.
Dude, this show was fantastic. Like, I remember loving this show, and I don't know why I haven't gone back and watched it yet.
It was the only reason why I subscribed for Disney Plus, because I heard that this show was going to be on there. So that Dog City.
I can't say.
Bizarre but effective creation was not only a mashup between Muppet and cartoon segments, but also combined two popular ideas: hard-boiled detective noir and dogs. Okay.
Okay. Oh, what did it say? It said hard-boiled detective noir
and dogs.
Dogs. I don't know who asked for that, but okay.
Yeah. 2 popular ideas. What?
Do we have a dog craze back in the 90s? I don't remember having like dog crazes back in the 90s. Because this is what the third show we passed by that had dogs.
Yeah.
Oh
Lots
my
lots
God.
of dogs and like
I
the
like a good
teenage
detective show, but you know what would make it great? Dogs.
dogs.
Okay, let's do it, Bob.
Right. We don't want to reboot Dick Tracy, make him a dog.
Yeah, there you go.
Earthworm
Earthworm Jim.
Jim. There
Everyone
he is.
remembers.
I loved the games, but I did not really give a shit about the show.
I never watched the show, but I played the games. I'm the same way.
Yeah, the
Wasn't
games
this on?
was-
This was on Kids WB, right? I want to say.
Yep, Kids WB.
Yeah, I know my channels.
It lasted 2 seasons. Surprise.
It didn't get a reboot.
No.
I feel as though this got a reboot.
Yeah, this one got a reboot. There were talks as late as 2008. I'm betting this is an old article, but
Yeah,
I never knew they made this into a cartoon.
neither did I. That's
Like Hanna-Barbera
was it Hanna-Barbera?
decided to make an animated series after the hit aired.
It seems like that's the trend. Like whenever they had a great movie,
They tried to
would
make a
make it.
cartoon.
yeah, to kind of go inside like Dumb and Dumber, Beetlejuice. There was a few more out there that were like tied into the movie. Failed to capture any of the wit and humor of the original film.
Surprise,
So
surprise.
Right.
1
can't do it.
season and 13 episodes. Yeah, there you go.
It was on Disney cartoon on ABC, a non-Disney cartoon on ABC.
Okay, just to take a small shit on modern media, should have taken lessons from this show, people, because you got a lot of really garbage shows out right now that could have taken lessons from this. Stop
Right.
after 1 season and 13 episodes.
Yeah, and not keep on giving us seasons that no one wants. Mighty Max.
Mighty Max,
Yes.
Not only one of the best shows, but had the greatest toys that came from it, in my opinion, because like all the mini figures and the mini sets that went along.
Yeah,
with
that like opened up and you had like all these like a set. Like what you said.
Yes.
Dude, I wanted the hat. Virgil. It was Virgil. Virgil was the bird dude, right? And then there is I forgot who the big dude was. Oh, dude, I was watching it like a couple weeks ago because they have the whole season on. They have the whole season on YouTube.
40 episodes. Norman.
Yeah, we go, Norman.
Norman, yeah. The Bird Virgil, Tony J. Silly premise. Tried to be educational. That's probably why it failed back then, because people were like, why are you trying to teach me? 40 episodes from 93 to 94. See, the play sets, delightfully morbid play sets. Yes.
Yeah, it was a dark show.
It was great.
What did they call him? They called him the Cat Bearer or something like that. It was something weird. He was the cat bearer because he had the cap.
The magic baseball cap. Yeah.
Oh man, that show was really weird. I never caught it like on Saturdays. It was always on in like I don't know, like, either the afternoon or like early mornings when you didn't have to go to school or something.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Is that supposed to be Stalin? Is that a Stalin tomato?
Yeah, actually, it is.
That's kind of okay. I mean, wow, the shit they put in cartoons in the 90s. My God.
So apparently this was based on a parody that aired on an episode of No Joke, The Muppet Babies. Alrighty. The Muppet Babies of all places.
Yeah, I can see how that like would. It's always like the little segments of a show that get their own spinoff.
Yeah. Fox production and co-production with Marvel.
Yep. Yeah, this was a Fox Kids show. I never watched it because I thought, okay, tomatoes taking over the world, cool.
Right.
Mortal Kombat. No. I didn't know this was a thing. What is this?
I didn't know this was a thing either.
Interesting. It must have been, again, based on the movie, the 1990s movie.
Most folks forget that there was...
Yeah, no one knew that this was a thing until now.
Right. It also introduced Quan Chi into the franchise. Wow.
on the
Okay.
USA Network.
Really?
I didn't know USA had cartoons.
I didn't know that
Back,
either. It must have been named something else before they renamed it or something.
Right.
Oh, Gummy Bears.
Yep. I remember
love
this
Gummy Bears.
one.
I was watching this. Very recently. Again, the only reason why I got Disney Plus is because all their old Disney cartoons are on there. If it wasn't for that, if they were just gonna start pushing like the Marvel movies or like the Marvel Phase 4 TV shows, I wouldn't have gotten Disney Plus. But they were advertising like the old Disney Channel shows, the old Saturday morning cartoons, Gummy Bears, Gargoyles, all these dudes. I'm like, $7 a month to relive my entire childhood? Yeah, dude. No, that's a no-brainer. Like, here, take my money. Go for it. Mighty Ducks, that's another one.
Reliving the childhood.
I love this show. I wish it went on for more than 9. I think it was only one season. Man, this show was great. Mighty Ducks, they're like hockey playing ducks.
After one.
How many times did they say hockey playing ducks from another world? And they called it Puck World. This show is so dope.
It was great, and it's still one of the most talked about like underdog shows of all time. And it was only one season. I mean,
right?
This
was during. Okay, so we had a dog era, and then Disney had like a duck era, where like everything with like Donald Duck or like humanoid ducks was a thing. Quack Pack, Mighty Ducks, Darkwing Duck. Like they were just doing everything. Let's make a show about hockey players where we're gonna make them ducks. I guess to capitalize on the Anaheim Ducks at the time. I don't think they're Anaheim Ducks anymore.
The Mighty Ducks.
I might go watch this tonight. This is gonna be great.
James Bond Jr. What?
Nope, I don't remember this.
Fully endorsed by the right holders of Ian Fleming's famous character, his nephew.
I don't remember this.
As he fought a global organization called Scum. Gonna get you, Scum.
Sounds like he might have teamed up with Captain Planeteers.
Kid-friendly James Bond Jr. took up the torch with the characters like IQ, grandson of Q, and Gordo Leader, the son of Felix Leader. So the grandson of Q, the son of Felix, and the nephew of James Bond.
That sounds like a huge what's that, modes of separation here?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
it's
like 6 degrees of
scene,
separation.
Yeah, it's the scene from Spaceballs. I am your brother's sister's cousin, roommates, nephews, blah, blah, blah. What does that make us? Nothing.
Mice from
Mars. Okay, I remember enjoying this show, but I don't remember a damn thing about this show.
It was another TNT cash-in, though. I remember that.
So we've got dogs, mice, ducks, sharks. Thank you, Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, we can't forget the turtle part either, because that started it. Just make humanoid.
Yeah. This was the stupidest fucking show I have ever watched in my entire life.
Dude, what are you talking about? This show was dope. Samurai Pizza Cats?
So stupid.
They delivered pizza and fought crime as cats dressed as samurai. You couldn't get a better concept than this right here, dude.
This was dumb as shit, okay? Each
I
one
remember
of these
the song.
characters.
I loved it.
Don't get me started on this song, Samurai Pizza Cat. Oh my gosh.
I love this show. This show was great. And I still, if I can find out where to watch it, I'd watch it today. It was so good. It was so good.
It was so bad. It was not. That was so bad.
I loved it though. Like anybody who loves Samurai Pizza Cats, like I understand the humor, because again, that was one of those shows that came from Japan, and they censored a lot of shit in that show when it came over here.
I know. I could tell by the bad dubbing and stuff, but it was like this show is like, what?
I love this. I love those shows. Like they don't make the shows like they used to, like how they do it now. Like I don't even get excited over what they're throwing out. I just, you know how many times I've watched Lost, or like I get up and I watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Saturdays just to kind of, fill my day out. Like I'm not into whatever they're showing on TV anymore. It's not fun to me personally. Maybe because we grown up, I guess. But
Yeah. Okay, so this is an interesting comment from Omega Star. He caught a few episodes of the Dumb and Dumber cartoon, didn't care for it. The Mask and Ace Ventura cartoons were great.
I remember The Mask.
I remember the Mask cartoon, but I had no idea they turned Ace Ventura into a cartoon. I'm going to have to find that because those are two of my favorite Jim Carrey movies of all time. Even the second one. Even the second one.
I vaguely remember the Ace Ventura one, but yeah, Ace Ventura when Nature Calls, when he's in a mechanical rhino.
That's the most remembered scene of that entire movie.
I
mean,
so
that was
funny.
Like, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like all of the great quotes that came from those movies and stuff. Like he knocks the Monopoly guy out. That was one of my favorite things ever.
Oh man.
And he just dances around with it. It was fantastic.
I gotta admit that Jim Carrey still has his pizzazz because I think
he does.
When he was in Sonic the Hedgehog, he was really good. He was really good.
And I will say that I've never seen anyone be able to manipulate their like skeletal structure of their skull to make faces before. Because I like the Grinch, for instance. Did you know that was his actual face?
Yeah, when he did it on that interview and he went like this and then he curved up his smile.
Yeah, it was like,
oh my god, dude!
how did you do that? Makes my face hurt.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I didn't think he would be able to pull off Dr. Eggman.
I was doubtful too, but
yeah, but then it's Jim Carrey, so you're like, I'll give him a shot, and he did not disappoint. I'm looking forward to the second one this year.
Me too. I was hoping it would release on like a Christmas because at the end of the first one, he was all like, "I'll be back before Christmas," and like if he opened the portal into his assistant's living room on Christmas, just like Agent.
Well, maybe they'll set it during Christmas or something like that. But did you know that Idris Elba is the voice of Knuckles?
I did know that. I am looking forward to that because I love Idris Elba.
Oh yeah,
he's one of the greatest modern actors that exists.
I honestly think that they should make another 007 with him as 007. I think that
would be great. It would be a great choice to take 007.
Because he's been taking a lot of shit movie deals like lately, like Hobbs and Shaw, that one Star Trek movie.
He was badass as Black Superman. Don't talk shit about Black Superman. That was great. He was like the only good part about that whole movie, other than watching Jason Statham do his usual kick moves.
Right. I mean, like, we got to get Idris Elba in a movie that's going to like topple the box office because he's such a good actor, and I think he's totally underused.
He is. He has an intensity about him that a lot of modern actors lack. Like a lot of the modern actors that we see these days are either like overdoing it or they're deadpan. Like you can see the soul has died inside of them. So they're
like
just
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is dead. He doesn't really do much except act as Ryan Reynolds. We were watching my wife's, the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard last weekend.
Yep.
And it's just another movie with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Like these people play the same people all the time. The only person that was actually like, God damn, I didn't know she could do that was Selma Hayek. Yeah, that's her. That was the only person.
That lady
can act.
Teach everybody a thing or two about acting. Like, she is fantastic.
Like,
and not to mention, she still looks really good for her age.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
yeah, man. Whoever's married to her, have fun with that. I mean, good. Have fun with her. Dear
Indeed.
God. She is hot for, was she like 50-something years old and she's like still rocking her body? Oh.
Yeah.
Those Mexican jeans,
time.
All right, let's do this.
So, what's your favorite piece of entertainment of all time from the 90s? This includes movies, music, favorite thing of all time from the 90s, entertainment-wise.
It's a tie between video games and TV.
All right. What from video games?
Pokemon.
Obviously.
Hell yeah. Pokemon Blue. I'm playing through Crystal and Silver version right now, and then I'm playing new Diamond and Pearl remakes right now. So, yeah, whenever I think of the 90s, I go straight to Pokemon because it was such a unexpected boom. Like, no one thought that it would be the boom it was when it first came out. It was one of those things that people thought would die out. Like,
Right.
you know how people thought Digimon would die out, but then
Yep.
it just kept on going. It was kind of like that.
Yeah, but Pokemon blew up and captured everybody in a way that I don't think any other franchise actually has.
Right. I
Because
agree. And
they're up to what, almost 900 characters now.
they're going to be
You know?
breaking a grand at some point pretty
Yeah,
soon.
I wouldn't
I'm
be
sure.
surprised if they tried to break a grand next year.
You know what? I was watching a video on the history of Pokemon. You remember how their slogan used to be "Gotta catch 'em all"?
Mm-hmm.
You notice how they don't say that anymore because there's
I
just
do.
too damn many.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
you know,
not...
it would have helped if people wouldn't have gotten hit by buses trying to catch them all. So
yeah, I remember that
look
news
both
story.
ways before capturing your Charizard.
Yeah, but the thing about Pokemon today is that a lot of people, whenever they release a new game from the core series, they try and recapture the nostalgia of first playing the earlier games, and the games today are not reminiscent of what it was 25 years ago. Like, they're completely different.
And in today's market, you need to innovate in order to do things. And Pokemon's been able to do that consistently enough with their games, keeping it similar to the old stuff, adventure style, capture the Pokemon games, but while updating to new stuff. Like, open world concepts in a Pokemon game are way better than being like confined to the narrow paths and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I hope that the Arceus game that comes out next week is a little, it's more, in my opinion, unorthodox for them to release a game like that. But I think the fans, they've been having issues with the Pokemon game, like with Sword and Shield. A lot of people were not impressed with Sword and Shield because you're on Switch, and a lot of these players who are Pokemon players, they played Breath of the Wild and all these other open world fantastic games, and then you get a core Pokemon game that you think is going to be open world, but it's not. So I think the Pokemon company are starting to listen to the fans, and I think that they're going to start doing a bit more robust things instead of trying to keep to a release a game a year kind of deal. Because I think Assassin's Creed was doing that. They were releasing a game a year, and then people started catching on like, this sucks. Like, Assassin's Creed Unity was kind of meh. The last good Assassin's Creed I played,
it was garbage.
It was garbage. Like, Origins was okay. I like Syndicate. Syndicate was pretty good. Black Flag is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game, but you can't really release a game a year and then expect people to keep on buying it if you're just going to shit on them with, these pretty lame, lackluster games.
Dude, not just lackluster. Like, I'll go one step into the political realm and say that they are way too involved in their cash shop. Microtransactions are god now, and it's ruining the fucking gaming industry.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Because, and Ubisoft is one of the worst fuckers next to EA to do the microtransactions on everything. I'm not even allowed to play on their online servers anymore, but I'm still going to complain about this. They charge way too much money for everything, and game companies shouldn't be able to do that. I miss being able to play to win instead of pay to win.
Right. Yeah, I get that. That's like, I was looking at that game from Square Enix, Forspoken, and it looks really good, but they're talking about $70 for the base of the game, and then on top of that, they're talking about another $30 for DLC. And I remember back in the day when you bought a game, you bought the entire game. So
the entirety thereof, yes.
Right. Like, and then whenever there was a sequel, you just have to buy another game. But now it's like, me and my wife, we love playing Destiny. We love playing it. But now you have to buy the Destiny game. You have to buy the expansion. You got to sign up for Xbox Live. And all this is like, and I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, I would agree if this wouldn't be a problem if digital copies were cheaper than physical copies. And I think I posted this on Twitter. Some of you guys who follow me on Twitter, you saw that it's still getting likes. They have like 56,000 likes of people saying that, oh, hey, this makes sense. Because if you can sell a digital book for about $3 and then the physical copy of the book is still full price, why can't you do that with video games? Like, give us a cheaper price for digital copies and then, give the option of having the physical ones too. It makes sense. But, gaming companies, like, they're talking about, soon games are going to be like $80 to play. Like,
$80 and no physical copy.
Right, $80 and no physical copy, but then you have to buy a $500 console and then
Mhm.
an $80 game, and then you got to sign up for some bullshit online feature if you want to play online.
And then to quote Lethal Weapon, they fuck you with the controllers. You know, like think about how much it costs to replace a controller. Like,
Yeah,
let's go with the
it's
Switch, for instance.
okay.
Those Joy-Cons are ungodly expensive. Like each one is like $40. $40 for a left, $40 for a right, at least where I'm at. And then
Wait. They
it's
sell them in separately or
individually, and they sell
what?
them in the packs together for like $70. But those are never in stock where I live, so you can only buy the individual ones if if you have a
That's a pain in
raging
the
hormonal
ass.
13-year-old that breaks things, like. But like I'm like, how can you charge that much for something that tiny? And then like you look at the Xbox and the PlayStation controllers, and those things are almost $80 where I'm at.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god, dude! Like,
okay, how am I supposed to
we
afford that?
no one's, and the problem with this is that people are going to buy these games. So the gaming
Mhm.
companies, they know they're going to make money off of people who are just going to buy the games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they didn't switch. Nintendo released like the N64 digital whatever, where you can go online and play all the old N64 games. That membership for playing like the NES and SNES games were like $20 a month or something, $20 a year. Now
Yeah.
they have it at like 50, and they knew people were going to buy it because they had Zelda Ocarina of Time on there. And my
Right.
wife asked me, she goes, "Do you want to play that?" I go, "Babe, I have Ocarina of Time 3D. I can pull out my old Wii and play the original N64 game. How many times can you remake a game and people are just going to go out and buy it? How many times are you going to?
Yeah,
you're gonna make,
Bethesda.
huh?
I said, yeah, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Skyrim every year for the last.
Oh my god,
decade.
dude! Like people just stop buying the same fucking game. Like
Yep.
Zelda 3D was great, and like I'm pretty sure they're going to try and remake it with Unreal Engine or something like that, and people are going to go out and buy it. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably buy it too because it's Ocarina of Time on Unreal Engine, so that'll look just
Yeah.
great. But releasing the same game after like 25 years, when you've bought it on your N64, which some people still have, and you bought it on your Wii, and some people even have the GameCube version of the same game, and then you're gonna go pay $50 to get the same game that you
Right.
have on 3 other consoles. Like, why?
Yep.
Just stop spending
Well,
money on these people.
So this comment from Omega Star, where he says $80 a game plus all the extra DLC you have to buy on top of that. Well, see, this brings up another thing from back in the day in gaming, and that's DLC used to be worth the money you spent on it. When you'd get a piece of DLC, it was like either a whole new storyline or a
Mhm.
whole new level pack where you'd be able to go and explore a whole new kingdom, or it would be worth it. You'd get some kick-ass gear out of it. And now like you get a DLC and they're all like, hey, you get an XP boost for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
The
deals, baby. It's like
the last like DLC that I played that was really good was the Frozen Wilds from Horizon Zero Dawn, because it continued on with the story. You got more of the lore behind Project Horizon Zero Dawn and Gaia and all that, and all the subroutines, and that was the only one that I thought was worth it. But I didn't buy it like when it came out. Like most people just fucking wait
Yep.
until you get that bundle. Like, oh, get the whole game and then the DLC for like $30, and that's what gaming companies do. Because let's be real, no one's gonna buy Forspoken at $70. I highly doubt they're gonna buy it at launch. And it looks like a really good game. Don't get me wrong, it looks great, but I don't think people are gonna buy it.
So other than Pokemon, what was your other favorite thing from the 90s?
TV. I love Power Rangers. I mean,
Yeah,
have a whole
I
mansion.
thought you'd bring that up at least once,
I mean, let me move my camera. You can see my helmet's right there.
Yeah, buddy, green. You got the green and the white and the red. You really do love that Red Ranger, don't you?
Oh, I do.
The green
do
was
very
my
much.
favorite. Like, and you even got their weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
man.
so great.
Yeah, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. I'm such a big fan that the original Yellow Ranger, she blocked me on Instagram this week. So
Wow, good
Yeah.
job.
I know. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm so popular in the Power Ranger world that the actors can block me. That's great.
Yay, that's fantastic. I had no idea there was like 70 different Power Ranger shows.
Yeah, they're
Like, I had no idea. They're like the Final Fantasy games of TV. I'm like, oh, there's 15 of them in the United States, and they're all like, oh, in Japan they're on 76.
well, okay. So there's a ton of Power Rangers teams here, but if you go into Japan, the Super Sentai, well, they're on a whole different level. I think they got twice as many iterations there than they do here.
Yeah, I was gonna do some research so we could talk about some Power Rangers and stuff, and I was in there like, I remember a little bit about Power Rangers. I can get into it, and like he can jog my memory and shit. And then the next thing I know, I get into the Japanese Power Rangers.
I mean, I do the comics. Like, I am probably your biggest. I'm an encyclopedia of anything Power Rangers and Super Sentai. I can tell you anything you need to know about it. It's fun.
Next time, if you decide to come back on the show, I would love to just have you school me in some Power Rangers. I'll try to watch some of it, but you can be like, haha, listen to this, bitch.
I'll give you first the American one and what happened in the Japanese Sentai. I'll break it down for you because I'm that guy. I'm the biggest Power Ranger fan probably on the planet. And I'm probably the only one who's been blocked by an actual Ranger. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I'm wearing that as a crown too, by the way.
What I haven't watched the new Power Rangers movie that came out the
2017 one?
Yeah. Was that any good? My friend bought it for me for Christmas one year, and I'm all like, okay, and I haven't even opened it yet.
It's
years ago.
Okay, so I watched it. I liked it. So with these movies, you got to go back and you got to watch them a couple times. So I watched it the first time. I went to the premiere, and it was good. It was a bit slow because you didn't really get them in their suits until to the final act of the movie, which is fine.
Right.
There's a lot of character development here. It was good, and then I watched it a second time with my other friends, and it was okay. And then I bought it on DVD and I watched it again. It's missing that pizzazz when it comes to Power Rangers, and it feels like, and I think they did an article probably like 2 weeks ago where they had the original Black Ranger Zach and then his replacement Johnny Young Bosch, both Black Rangers, Mighty Morphin, and they came out and said like this movie isn't what Power Rangers was because it felt as though they were trying to force the diversity there when you had 5 teenagers with attitude back in the 90s who were already, good friends, and they were, it was a diverse team, but this one, it didn't feel right. So I tell people, like, if you have the movie, go watch it and let me know what you think about it. It is sort of kind of slow going forward, but it is actually a really good movie, and it does pay homage to like the original Mighty Morphin. But my favorite Mighty Morphin movie will always be the one with Ivan Ooze from like the 90s. That shit was dope. I still watch it to this day.
Hell yeah. All right, brother. Well, it's been about an hour, so we're going to go ahead and wind down, do some pitching so people on the replay will know where to find you. And, of course, the floor is all yours.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, you.
Well, I'm just happy to be here, man. This has been fun. Like, I haven't done a live stream in, my God, how long has it been? Almost a year? I'm thinking of like you, me, and some other people get on a panel and just do a weekly live stream with various topics. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a good little. And you got like the way you're doing this now with I didn't know you can do all this with StreamYard. Like play your little opening and like point out comics. I need to get on StreamYard and kind of play with this thing a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to use for novice live streamers than say OBS is. It's a lot more reliable than trying to do Zoom or Discord, and it can link up to YouTube. I'm not sure if they do it on Odyssey yet. I think they do. But it links up to a bunch of different streaming services that you can throw it onto. Definitely worth checking out. For sure. If you pay their like monthly thing, you get access to all kinds of crazy shit too that I don't have yet. But
no one pays for this stuff. We always go with the free version. Right. Hi, Lasso of Truth. Good to see ya. Yeah, I love her. She's cool.
She's a great chick. Lady. And then of course, Omega Star. Thank you for joining us, bro. I know it's late where you're at, so have a wonderful night, guys, and catch Will on YouTube at Will at Heroic Studios, and catch the Topic Thunder podcast. I almost said Tropic Thunder again.
Yeah, I catch myself saying it too.
Yeah. On
Every
Anchor
week.
FM. And are you on Spotify and everything?
Yeah, we're on Spotify, we're on Anchor, we're on Google, we're on Apple. Yeah, we're on all those platforms. For some reason, Anchor is kind of like the hub, and you can actually choose what platform you want to listen to. But for some reason, the other platforms haven't shown up yet. But you can go to Spotify and check that out. And you would have to search us on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. But we do a podcast every week. And yeah, you guys will probably enjoy what we're doing over there. So it'll be fun.
Heck yeah, check it out, everybody. And as always, you can catch me Monday. Monday morning will be another Talking with TalksALot. It'll be with Culture Casino. Monday night, I will be on Yelling at Parked Cars with Comics Division and the boys. The Dicks Division goes hard. And yeah, I'll try to get some Thinking Out Louds published this week. I haven't written any of them yet. Been kind of lazy working on music, so. Oh yeah, speaking of which, make sure you check out my new music video over on the Corey channel.
I saw that. Good job, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, just some fun comedy stuff. My next one's going to be a country song. I won't spoil it, but it's going to be funny as hell. So,
yeah, I dig country. I would love to listen to that. Let me know.
I hate country. And that's why this is a comedy song. So
okay.
I'm just throwing that out there. It will feature T.A.L from my Thinking Out Loud series. He's my Kentucky redneck that likes to just do whatever the hell he wants. He's going to be crying and whining. But anyway, we'll catch you guys later and have a wonderful time. Have fun.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, then hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to tell your friends to come by next week for more fun. This is Talking with TalksALot. Have a wonderful day.